Tickets are $5 at the door. More information is at iowapublicradio.org. Linda Hirsch, St. Ambrose University, says investing with IPR is an easy choice because she appreciates having the option to reach out to all listeners across the state and beyond. You too can reach over 200,000 listeners. Visit iowapublicradio.org and click on Become a Corporate Sponsor.
BBC News with David Austin. The White House has denounced as an exercise in futility the Republicans' proposal for avoiding the looming fiscal cliff, a set of budgetary constraints due to kick in by the end of the year, which, unless averted, could tip the US economy back into recession. The Republicans want to limit any tax rises to those Americans earning more than $1 million a year. The company that owns the New York Stock Exchange is being sold to a rival for more than $8 billion. The deal would give control of the 220-year-old symbol of American capitalism to a firm that started up just 12 years ago. The UN Security Council has unanimously approved the deployment of an African-led military force to retake northern Mali, now under the control of Islamist militants and separatist rebels. But no fighting is expected before September or October next year, with progress required first on political reconciliation and elections and the training of African forces. The UN says 55 Somalis and Ethiopians are feared dead after their boat capsized off the coast of Somalia. The overcrowded boat was on its way to Yemen. President Putin has expressed support for retaliatory legislation against America's recently passed Magnitsky Act, which blacklists Russian officials suspected of human rights abuses. The Russian parliament is discussing a bill which bans adoptions of Russian children by Americans. The WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange, says his organization will release 1 million more secret documents from many countries next year. He was speaking from a balcony at the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where he claimed asylum 6 months ago. A woman in Canada has gone to court to regain custody of her monkey after the animal was found on its own at an IKEA furniture store. The primate became an internet sensation when it was photographed wandering around the store's car park in a sheepskin coat. BBC News.
You're listening to the BBC World Service. I'm James Tamarasamy with NewsHour. It's not only Greece's finances which are being scrutinised internationally. A report from Amnesty International out today states that Greece is facing a humanitarian crisis over its mistreatment of asylum seekers and migrants. The report alleges that thousands of children and other refugees are being kept in shameful and appalling conditions. While in the first of two special reports from Greece, our colleague Tim Franks has been looking at the state of immigration and migrants in the country.
Over the next couple of days, we're going to be trying to find out how badly broken Greece is at the end of a year in which the battered, debt-ridden economy has taken another hammering. Today, we're concentrating on the fate of immigrants who are coming to a country not just increasingly poor, but increasingly, at times, racist. I'm in a place called Doctors of the World. It's a charity that deals with sick people with nowhere else to go. The growing minority of the people who are coming here are impoverished Greeks who can't afford the charges increasingly levied by an almost bankrupt state. But a large number of the people here are sick immigrants. There's a great palette of faces and skin colours in the clinic just next to me. These are immigrants who are ill but have no right to healthcare in the country. There are also some who've been the victims of racist crime. Let's start, though, out on the streets with a police raid against illegal immigrants. We're now ambling through the streets of central Athens in the afternoon sunshine. This is a police raid. It feels like a rather relaxed police raid, but the idea behind it, I'm following 3 uniformed police officers. They're part of the operation called Xenios Zeus, which is the Greek god of hospitality. It's a rather ironic name because it's the name given to the operation to round up illegal immigrants.
Εγώ είναι δουλεύει, εγώ είναι ok. Μπορεί να τα χαρτιά του τάξη, αλλά αυτό δεν σημαίνει ότι μπορεί να μην έχει κάτι επικίνδυνο ή παράνομο πάνω του. Και η χαρτιά καλά, δεν είναι πρόβλημα.
The policemen were, in our company, studiously polite to the people they were stopping and searching. But one immigrant we spoke to on the street corner, he told us it wasn't normally so.
Very, very bad. They treat us very bad, like we're pieces of rubbish on the ground. Every few minutes when we walk down the street, they stop and search us, constantly.
police even hit me a few months ago, and I spent time in hospital. I came here to escape from problems like this back home in Iran, because they told me I'd be safe in Europe. But look around us. I don't see Europe here.
The raid's over. 5 young, non-white men are now arrayed against a graffiti-splattered shutter, waiting to be taken into the police station for processing. Their papers, the police say, are not in order. And what will happen then? Well, sitting in the back of an unmarked police car, one plainclothes officer has just told us, then it's a bit of a circus.
We put them in detention centres for a few months, and then they're released and told they have 30 days to leave the country. But of course, that never happens, and they end up on the streets again. So, it often feels like a waste of time. The problem is lots of these people are from countries to which they can't be deported.
I'm Christos Manouras, spokesman for the Greek police force. We always act with total respect for human rights, and we see immigrants as our fellow human beings. Now obviously, I can't discount the possibility that there may have been an incident when one of my colleagues might have behaved harshly, but that doesn't mean it's widespread in the police force.
The US State Department has confirmed reports that US African-American citizens have been detained by police authorities conducting sweeps for illegal immigrants. That must be a bit